The saddest, most tear-jerking, most beautiful and emotional anime opening episode 1 I have ever seen. Before we go any further, if you have not as yet, please follow or subscribe, and if you have already, then share or like. So, Frieren is something that I've seen being recommended and advertised across multiple platforms, and due to liking the clips, I figured I would give it a try, and eventually I did. And I really should rewatch episode 1 to give like a deeper analysis and break down the various scenes, but honestly I can't. And I'm not going to unless at some point after getting through season 1 I decide to go over it all. But to give an actual verbalization on what happened in this episode and why I was moved by it so much, Frieren is an elf. As such, she is able to live way longer than humans and a lot of other races, centuries even. Therefore, a decade to us is probably only some months to her. She was part of a group of heroes consisting of mainly human friends, and after their mission ended, they each went their separate ways but made plans to meet up 50 years later. There were hints throughout the episode from other characters that would be a long time and they should cherish the moments they shared. Frieren, meanwhile, was the opposite because to her it was no big deal and they did not spend that long a time together anyway, from her perspective. The leader of the group was the charismatic glue that held them together, and let's just say that the decades hit him like a ton of bricks. So eventually he died of old age after their last reunion, and this was what broke Frieren and myself. The realization that human life is short brought her to tears as she started to have regrets but was consoled by the other surviving members. Now, there are other things that happened in the episode, such as the priest of the group, 20 years after Himmel the hero died, gave an orphan girl with magical potential to Frieren for training, and other stuff as well. But for me, the most important thing was the way they wrote Himmel, the hero's arc and death, so effectively in such a short time, and the emotional impact it had on Frieren while only giving us hints on their adventures. Literally one episode. I went into this series expecting it to be more on the comedic side, so this was a shock. But I will continue watching the rest. 10 out of 10 opening episode.